Imagine this: you're traveling to a foreign nation, you go to bed in the night time, and when you wake up, you find yourself in a different country altogether. Is it possible? You may be thinking I'm taking a scene directly from a Hollywood movie. But actually speaking, this is a truth in certain parts of the world. There are people living this kind of life day in and day out. And today, we're going to talk about this particular concept called enclave and exclave. Enclaves are territories within another country. Examples are Lesotho, which is completely surrounded by South Africa, and there are countries such as San Marino and Vatican City, surrounded by Italy altogether. Well, when you have your own borders and boundaries defined, you're okay. You're living within the nation. You may be landlocked, but that's completely okay. But problem arises when you have commingling border in the enclave-esclave concept. And one such example exists in Netherlands and Belgium today. There's a place known as Barle Hartog Nassa. Geographically speaking, it belongs to Netherlands, but it has 22 enclaves within this particular town, which belongs to Belgium. And the border lines crisscrosses there. It goes between houses, between shops, roads, canals, everything that you can imagine of. It has interestingly become a tourist spot. People travel there to see this particular unique concept, and the local municipality have created line dividers with clear demarcation of which part belongs to Netherlands and Belgium. People living there have a funny situation. They, depending upon, again, as I said, which side of the bed they're sleeping, they may be in Belgium or Netherlands, or which door they're going out from. They may be either landing in Netherlands or in Belgium. The situation became a little complicated in COVID times because Belgium and Netherlands have different COVID rules imposed for the nation. For instance, Belgium said no mask at certain period of time, and Netherlands has imposed mask. So if you're going from the back door of your house, you may be in Netherlands, so you have to wear a mask. If you're going to the front door, you may be not required to wear a mask. Certain shops were closed because they belong to uh, Netherlands, and certain shops were open because they belong to Belgium, so on and so forth. And in certain cases, the line was going between shops, so that half of the shop was open, half was not. So that funny situation arises, at that particular point in time. But again, as you can see, they are friendly nation. People have dual passport. It is easy to survive. Or what if the countries are in continuous fight and their border problems they have? Example is India and Bangladesh. They have kind of solved this problem in 2015 and 2016, but prior to that, majority of the issues were existing because Bangladesh had about 102 enclaves of India, which in turn had about sub-enclaves of Bangladesh within those enclaves. Similarly, India had about 71 enclaves of Bangladesh, and within that, there are about three different sub-enclaves of India. This kind of commingle border problem, especially where there are border issues between two countries, can create havoc to the people living there. So prior to the war, 2015, 2016 time, even during the time of the war, because India was in war with Pakistan in the early 1970s, people would have been landlocked in a small area just because the countries were fighting and they could not have come out of it. Well, fortunately, the problem they are trying to solve it now. Majority of the problem is solved now. In the year 2015, there was a treaty signed where they exchanged certain land between India and Bangladesh. There's still a small part of exclaves still remaining within Bangladesh and India, which have commingled borders, but majority of the problem is solved. I hope you learned something new. Please do Google about it. There are many such examples, where there are tourism or funny cases, or there may be serious border issues which may arise because of enclave and exclave. Historically, this has all happened way back in time in the medieval times, or way back then when kings were swapping land either as a entreaty or as gift to other kings, and those have lived over the centuries, creating a problem now in the modern political ecosystem. Thank you again for listening, and I'll look forward to your comments and feedback as you listen to this and give me your own inputs regarding the same. Take care now. Bye.